Close your eyes and imagine this. A lonely old house, hidden deep in the hills outside Tokyo. The shutters hang broken, the hallways are silent, and the air feels heavy, almost electric. You can feel the weight of countless eyes boring into your back, and you get the sense that whatever is inside this house does not want you here. This must be what fear feels like. You'd probably run away, right? Yeah, I would too. But you can't escape what you can't see, and whatever evil lurks in this abandoned building has plans for you. Welcome to what many call Japan's most haunted house, the Himuro Mansion. The legend of the Himuro Mansion is one of Japan's most famous paranormal stories. According to urban legend, this house was once the site of gruesome Shinto rituals performed centuries ago. These so-called Shinto strangling rituals were meant to seal away evil and protect the land from dark spirits. But here's where the story turns truly horrifying. The ritual supposedly required the sacrifice of a young woman who had been chosen at birth and kept completely isolated from the outside world. During the ritual, her limbs would be tied and pulled apart. Her blood used to seal the gateway between the world of the living and the world of the dead. According to the tale, something went terribly wrong during the final ritual. The young woman is said to have fallen in love in secret, which made her spirit impure in the eyes of the priests. Fearing the ritual would fail, they panicked and killed her immediately, but without completing the ceremony. The result? The gateway to the spirit world was never properly sealed. From that day forward, the Himuro Mansion is said to have been cursed. The spirits of the priests, the girl, and all other victims are said to roam its halls. Visitors report screams echoing in the night, bloody handprints appearing on the walls, and even ghostly women in white kimonos appearing and vanishing without a trace. What makes this legend even scarier is that it inspired one of the most famous horror video games of all time, Fatal Frame, Project Zero in Europe. The game's creators have stated that the haunted house and its rituals were directly inspired by this very urban legend. But is there any truth to this terrifying tale? The answer, unfortunately, is probably not. It seems this story first appeared in a horror manga series called Another 777 in 1999. Shortly after, it was adapted into the video game Fatal Frame 2. The game was praised for its terrifying atmosphere and disturbing storyline. But it wasn't until the third installment that the Himuro Mansion made its first appearance. While these stories share some similarities, it's clear that the mansion itself is an invention of the game's developers. The Himuro Mansion isn't mentioned in the earliest published versions of the myth, so while this urban legend may be popular in Japan, there's no evidence that any of it actually happened. But let's pretend for a moment that it did. Let's imagine with me that somewhere in the hills outside Tokyo, a cursed house still stands, hidden and forgotten, and that its door is unlocked, its windows boarded up, waiting for someone to come and take a look around. What would you do if you found this place? Would you go inside? Personally, I think I would keep walking. If you entered this forbidden abode, you'd probably hear the wind whistling through the gaps in the walls, feel the temperature drop around you, and maybe even catch a glimpse of movement out of the corner of your eye. But as soon as you turned to face it, whatever you saw vanished. Then you'd find the diary. It would be lying on a dusty table, its pages filled with cryptic writings in a language you don't understand. And as you read on, the hairs on the back of your neck would stand on end, because what you're reading is a first-hand account of the horrors that unfolded in this very room. In Japanese folklore, the spirits of the dead are known as yurei, and they're often depicted as vengeful and violent. The Himuro Mansion is said to be especially dangerous because it's home to so many spirits, all of them trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead. As you explore further, you'd find more victims, their bodies contorted in postures of pain and terror frozen in time. You might even hear their whispers, begging for help or warning you to stay away. It would be too much for most people, and they'd flee, running as fast as they could from this cursed house. desperate to escape the evil within. But some would stay, unable to look away from the horrors unfolding around them. For those who do, the legends say that they vanish without a trace, joining the spirits of the damned in the afterlife. What do you think? Could a place like the Himuro Mansion really exist? And would you dare visit if it did? I personally think I would rather not risk it. But hey, I'm just a simple AI. What do I know about haunted houses or curses? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.